Hello folks, my name is Rexter and welcome back to my channel. If you already don't know, today is gonna be kind of like a story time video. So in today's video I'll be telling you guys a story, if you haven't read the title already, of how I got kicked out of my class. I broke the school's 150-year-old record of getting kicked out of class the fastest. Yes, 150 years.
Dang!
That's a generation. That's a whole generation. Okay, so I've broken probably one of the biggest records at the school, and yeah, it's kind of made me more known amongst the teachers in a bad way, or a good way, or I don't know how to explain it. Not a bad or a good way, but So this is gonna be one of the videos where I actually talk and play at the same time. So I'm either gonna be bad at the game, or I'm just gonna be bad at talking. I'm out of blocks. Anyways, so what I was saying was, so I broke the school's record of getting kicked out of the class the fastest, and it was a 150-year-old record. So before we start the story, I should probably explain to you guys how the schooling system in New Zealand works, because when I say college, you guys are probably thinking of my driving license, I earn money. Yes, I can still earn money, but I don't have a driving license, yes. Yeah, I wish though, I wish. So anyways, the schools here start off by kindergarten, and then it goes to primary, and then instead of secondary it goes to intermediate. Now intermediate is very different than what you think. Intermediate's only 2 years, and then after that you start college, or what you call high school. So there's a pretty big difference in the schooling system in New Zealand and other countries. So basically college is 9, 10, 11 and 12, and by the time you graduate you'll be 18 and basically could do everything by then. So yeah, you get a university entrance. So pretty simple. Anyways, I should probably introduce you guys to my class. So in our college, it's very strict. Like when I say strict, I literally mean very strict. When I say strict, I literally mean super strict. Like they give out detentions for having your socks down. I'm not even joking. And our college also has a classification system, so you'll be graded from classes A to P. And I was not one of the smart ones when we did the entrance test, and I was an M. And it's not the lowest, but M. Man, I gotta say that class was known, man. M was one of the notorious classes. I'm saying this in past tense because it's term 2 now, and final classifications has happened, and I've moved up classes quite a bit. So I'm not an M anymore, and M's just split up now in different parts. But basically M was like what you would call a perfect class, a dream class. Alright, there was the perfect balance between smartness, mischief, and just cool and chill people, man. I was one of the chill people, you could say, in the class who would just chill out, and yeah. I was mischievous. I'm not saying that I wasn't mischievous or any. So I was indeed mischievous. I have gotten in trouble before. But let's now introduce you guys to my teachers so you will understand the story a bit better. So basically our class is just so mischievous, you can say. We don't do harmful pranks or anything, but just normal things, you know, normal class things. Just very normal. So basically the grumpiest teachers, I'm not going to take their names, but in our school we can't even call them teachers, we're supposed to call them masters. That sounds very bad, I know guys, but trust me, it's not a slave house, I promise. So basically our English teacher is the grumpiest of all. He is the crazy grumpy teacher. He's been teaching the school for 40 years, and he's very strict with his morals and stuff, and his values and everything. So he's pretty strict. You gotta keep that in mind. Oh wow, we won the game. So he's pretty strict, and he likes to do things very strictly and in a. So basically, our story starts when mostly English is our third block, which is the middle block between after what we call morning tea, but that's our first break, and before lunch. So we all were tired. Our whole gang, you can say, my group of people, we were just walking to English. We were just tired in general, and we had swimming that day. And let me tell you something, our class hates swimming. Well, I hate swimming particularly. Not because I'm a bad swimmer or anything, but the water is just freezing. It's so freezing cold, and the problem is, morning swimming lessons, they make me sad. Our art teacher is art is usually right after swimming, and if both of those are in the morning, they're the morning 2 blocks. And the problem with that is that, that our art teacher does not like it when you're late, and she keeps us in for morning tea. And this makes me so sad, because that's like one of the free times you get where I can go to the canteen and get myself some coffee or something, man. Literally, that's like the free time I get to eat something or just chill out. And you just being in at lunch or just morning tea just makes you very sad. So anyway, I guess that's why we hate swimming, because we just get late, because you take ages to change, and the bathrooms are disgusting, the water's cold. You got every single reason in the world to hate swimming. So after swimming we have art. Anyway, so we were tired with swimming and everything. I was freezing cold anyway. It was just so windy that day, and we were going to English. And I had my my PE bag in my hand, and English, we try and get the back seats. Art group, we try and get the back seats because, you see, there's a logical reason. So in our class, there's a strategy. If you're at the back of the class, the teachers, they don't check the homework in the back of the class. Or they do check it, but they just skim through it. So they can't be bothered to read through your homework of paragraphs, man. They can't be bothered. So they just skim through the homework. They don't check if it's actually yesterday's, today's, or it's just random writing or something. So they just don't check. So that's why everybody just tries getting the back seat. So we arrive outside the class in a line, waiting for him to say, "You can go in now," and he says the holy words, "You may go in," and I go in, and then the whole class, I run to the table. It's just like a race now. It's a race to the finish. So I run to the table, I bag my stuff on it. This is in 3 seconds, guys, okay? 3 seconds. I run to the table, I put my stuff on it as fast as I can, and the next words, that was the first words that came out in the class, okay? First words that came out in the class was from the teacher. And that was, "You, now, get out." And I was like, what? Was that me? Is that me? And he's just like, "What are you looking at? Get out now." And I'm like, okay. Jesus. It's okay. And yeah, I thought he forgot about me being outside, but he actually didn't. He later called me inside, and he asked me why I did that, and I didn't snitch. I just explained that, sir, I didn't know that I had my swimming goggles in the bag that I banged on the desk, so I didn't know it was gonna make a noise, and he let me back in. So he let me back in. That's what matters. But I got kicked out of class in less than 5 seconds. The whole class was just so surprised and laughing, because as soon as I came in, I put my swimming, or togs that we call, a bag with swimming gear, down. He legit was just like, "Get out now." Honestly, I feel like the teacher hated our group, because first of all, I always did my homework, but one thing you should know about me is I always got linked to things that I didn't even know. Didn't even do. Like, somehow I'll always be linked to some drama that's going on in the class, and then we'll always be waiting outside the teacher's office or the dean's office, and it's not even me. I just get linked up to it, man. And I don't get the punishment though. I'm always a major part of the investigation. But yeah, that's probably it for the school stories. I should probably not record when I'm talking, because I can't really focus on two things at once. My brain is just not that kind of thing, man. I just physically can't. I'm sorry. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, subscribe and like. It really helps my channel out. We're close to 200, which is quite insane, honestly. And yeah, I'll see you guys next story video. Any questions, shoot it down below, and I'll make sure to answer those. Bye bye.